Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a beautiful day. Just a little bit late. I had a little bit of a sleep in. Yeah, we've got beautiful calm skies out there at the moment. There's no breeze in the tree even. So that'll be a different day. We'll see what comes of it, like anything. Anyway, I'm Rosboundy Psychic Medium bringing you the Daily Lenormand card spread reading. Not weather reports. Just go across to the cards. Oops, and that's the one thing I didn't do. Make sure that that was lined up and that I've finished putting the cards out. Oh, there you go. So let's see. My camera was a little bit crooked on the arm, but that's all right. Here we go. It's Ciro Marchetti's Gilded Reverie Lenormand deck that we're using, as usual, the expanded edition. And we have three different cards that we haven't had for a while. We've got the fish in the home space. It's the park or garden in the theme, the our overall outlook and outcome for the day. And we have the snake in the workspace. I was trying to think of the name of the creature. It's a snake. That's the card. Anyway, that's what it is. We've got those three beautiful cards, and here we have the owl card. My favourites. Anyway, health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, faithfulness the best relationship. And that is a, there you go. I was just trying to read. See that tiny, weeny little itty-bitty wording down the bottom underneath that? It's a Buddhist teaching. So that's what that says. I had to really look at that one closely, almost getting a magnifying glass. It's that tiny. Okay, so that's our beautiful owl card. Let's zoom into them as we're doing that. Bring your connection with your spirit guides into full focus. Ask them to help you to gain any further clarity from these cards that are needed for your particular life situation. Okay. Now, and I do know that Fiona's not going to be available today, so we won't be having the numerology, but for those that are here able to and like the numbers, it's 34, 27, and if you're doing the ones down the bottom, there is the 8 of spades that is correlating to the playing deck, regular playing deck that's on the garden card, on the park with this deck. I think it's called, not garden, but that is, pretty sure it's the 8 of spades. Yeah, it is. So there we go. And that's the card that we're going to start with. So I'll just check that we if we have some comments, which we do. And Sandra, good morning, Sandra. Hi, everybody. Can you feel the shift? Autumn is on the way. Well, it could have been that I was working through last night because I had a horrible sleep last night. So it must have been part of that. Good morning from Sharon. Good morning, Ros and all. Lovely to have you here this morning. Oh, excuse me. Oh, goodness. Excuse me. I only have just got up. Here we are. Beautiful garden. It is a, park. I am actually... you're going to have to contemplate this. I have to get some water. Hurry. Sorry. Apologies for leaving the camera. Not usually a good thing to do. At least by the etiquette of live streaming, it's not. So apologies for that. With the park, isn't it an absolutely beautiful card? And I know, Shaz, your garden is superb. Your garden looks as beautiful as this, with your gorgeous fountain in the front and the lawn surrounding it with that gorgeous rosemary hedge that is around your fountain and everything. You've got a beautiful garden. This is the public side of life. It's where we go to join others for picnics, possibly to just enjoy the natural realm of what is around us. whether it is a formally organised natural realm, nature realm, like this is, or whether it's more haphazard and you just go walking in the bush. It is that call to be out and about in our what Mother Earth has gifted with the beauty, the possibilities. You see all the different types of trees in here as well. Though they're not detailed in absolute, you feel that sense of it almost feels like a Garden of Eden type of space where absolutely everything is within this realm of species, plants, including some of the fauna. We've got a beautiful white peacock. I've not seen a white peacock. I'd love to see the feathers of that one up. All the different aspects of variety and the special ones that are placed in, in this gazebo, or would you call it, I can't remember what it is called, as there's a blackbird just outside the window, where it's the enclosure it's more than a gazebo, it's like that. Well, there's one in Adelaide that has the enclosed bit that's got all those gorgeous tropical type of plants in it. This feels similar. We do sometimes need to encase spaces and places with the special needs and requirements for those particular plants and items. Whether it's in our zoos, like the parks, building special structures and that for the environments that are specific to species of animals as well. That's what I imagine with this. It is this calling that's going to be to bring ourselves out of comfort zones, home space and the rest, to go and explore, have a look around at what is that beauty around us, to really put ourselves into that being seen, and so that we ourselves are going to be able to be seen and heard and noticed, like everything that's going to be noticed here in this park as we're going to take our wander, our ambulatory tour around this park, that type of thing. It does look gorgeous, doesn't it? So place yourself, if you can't go out into the physical aspect of a beautiful park like this, anywhere outside into the natural realm would be enough. Give yourself bare feet and ground on Mother Earth, so that we are connecting, so that we really are taking in that energy, so that we are giving it back as well in that wonderful cycle that is, the way that our energetics does work. As we receive, we are also putting out and giving. Okay, that's lovely. I really like that. Just because I'm seeing out the corner of my beautiful, I like my front yard. It might not be beautiful to other people, but I do. In its raggedness, in its, whatever. I love my yard, I love my home. Anyway, let's go on. I've just checked to see if there's other comments yet. No, there's not, so that's good. Well, it's good, bad, nothing. I didn't want to miss what people are sharing. With our home space, we've got the abundance of the fish, and their symbolism for the Lenormand within the way it is read. It is abundance. It's whether it's money, whether it's the flow of it's being in the flow of the energy that we're moving through at the moment. Go with it so that we are flowing, not so much with everyone else if it's not what you're feeling, but flowing. It is giving that sense of movement, so that the energy of whatever is going through your home space is continuing to freshen up. I'm getting that sense of new space, new vista, new, every moment you're moving forward, you are in a different position of presence in that time, space, and experiences that are happening around you. We don't sit statically even though we might sit, the moments that we are sitting, even if we, when we're still, we are still progressing forward in what we gauge as time, but our life is still in movement. So make sure that what your intentions are for your day today is in the flow of what you are wanting. So bring your perspective and what you're doing in flow with your intentions. So I'm just trying to think of an example, and one's not coming straight to my mind, but I suppose if you're heading off to work and you're organising your children or something for school, that is where your focus is at the moment, and you're in the flow of that progress and moving that forward so that you're there on time. And it's those types of things that sometimes are on autopilot, but we're still needing to put some focus and attention to it, bringing our conscious awareness to those steps that we're doing so that they are in the right moments, so that we are taking that time to consider what is the next step without rushing too far forward, that we are preparing for the now and in the now. I'm hoping that's the right way of putting it. And, once you've got kids ready and need to put, if you drive them yourself, you're going to be putting them in the car and making sure that you're taking notice of your driving conditions and etc. It's all of those steps that sometimes seem on autopilot that we're in the flow of, and taking those, taking the steps, moving it forward. We're not going to go backwards on that. We're just going to keep moving. We're in the flow. Today it's in an abundance. So whatever it is your intention is, make sure that your focus is on that so that it is clear and you're moving it forward in a way that is definitely how and where you want it to go. Okay? Take notice. Yes, I'm getting that. Take notice. Here we have the snake in the workspace. Those beautiful fruits on the tree. I mean, it does look like an apple tree. It does come forward as reminiscent of what the story is in the Bible of Adam and Eve. And, the creation story, the Garden of Eden, all of that is in plenty and all creatures in balance. This one, I can't remember what exactly the guidebook would say with this one. It's been a while since I've read any of them for the this particular deck in the guidebook that comes with this. It is about because yes, it is that I take it from what I'm seeing right now. What I'm seeing, see that little where I'm pointing. I've just noticed that this almost looks like a fish. Not a pretty fish like this one that's got the gorgeous colours and anything, but you can sort of see, I'm seeing the shape of a fish. There's the eye, there's the mouth, and you've got almost the fin moving behind that part of the snake there, and it's heading this way. How I'm seeing that, for what I'm feeling from this, it's almost that is the continuity, of what is the connection of energetics between our space of home and our space of work, but also the way that things connect in the natural realm, as we have the park or the garden here in that central connecting card, that overall theme for the day. It is all aspects. So the fish is not something that you find in a tree. It almost looks like it's a fish out of water. I think it's that why I'm seeing it like that for now is because of that connection that we have with all things in their natural space, in their natural place. And it doesn't quite feel natural for the fish to be here to see it, and because there's something not quite natural happening in the workspace. There is that feeling of defensiveness that the snake is bringing into the picture, that it's protecting what is its fruit. That's what I feel, that it's a protection of something that's within your workspace, and it's, ready to attack whatever is coming in as something unusual, something not meant to be there, or about to not meant to be there type of thing. An invader almost. And it feels like maybe that's the symbolism of why I'm seeing the fish in this one for this morning. Just have your awareness tuned in for what is happening around your workspace today, that you can sense if there is. There may not be. I'm just feeling it's having that more depth in your awareness around yourself today as to why something that might be usual, that your workspace for most tends to be in the same location and same familiar settings. Maybe there's something you're going to notice today that is like, I've never seen an image of a fish in this card before, but today you will. You'll see something that's like the fish out of water in your work today. Just flow with the energy. See what you're feeling, even to the point of hearing some things that might not be quite right. There's all the senses of who we are with our eyes, our ears, the nose, the smells and that are around, and the sixth senses that we have in all that we can. Experience it all in its fullness, like we're going to wander through a garden or a zoo or somewhere that's going to really bring the completeness of what is our natural realm to our notice, and really tune in to what are the possibilities of what we're seeing and using our senses for. Use all of your senses, and it is, the overall theme is being seen, going out and seeing as much as being seen as well. Okay. It almost feels like we are needing to take that extra step, right? I'll just go back to here. Excuse me, I'll go to the comments. I'm going to go back to the comments. I'm just feeling a sense of that, there almost feels like that sense of beingness that we're going to need to take today, that can place us in that type of space. What's happening? That's just what I'm feeling. I'm sitting here and I'm feeling it's not quite fluid or clear yet. So we really are needing to tune in, the eyes, the third eye, including the third eye, the physical eyes and the ears and the nose and the touch and the sense, all that we have as our abilities, the sense of our psychic gut feeling and all of that. I think we are really being shown that we're needing to tune into all of it, to really have that. Look, we can't do it 24/7, or can you? Like as in constantly having that awareness open. Practice as much as you can. Really try to have it tuned in as much as you can, as often as you can through the day today. Each and every step, each and every moment of being present. Okay? It just feels like we really are needing to tune in the whole lot. It really feels like that, the whole lot. Anyway, Sandra's shared with us, once I was intensely on autopilot. I thought I had 3 kids in the car. You hit reverse and heard a yell. You ran over a foot that wasn't in the car yet. Moral, don't talk if you're not in my car yet. Okay, glad that there wasn't anything more serious around that. And yes, being present, paying attention. Morning all from Michaela and the beautiful emojis that are there. I love the hearts and the prayer hands. Thank you, Michaela. I'm just trying to think, have I read your comment there properly, Sandra? Once I'm intently on autopilot. I thought I had 3 kids in the car. Hit reverse and heard a yell. Ran over a foot that wasn't in the car yet. Oops, moral. Oops. Don't talk if you're not in the car yet. Oh, goodness. Thank you so much, Sandra and Michaela and Sharon, for being here in the live stream. Thank you, each and every one of you that are going to be watching the replay. There are the two links that I've put up this morning. The first one my regular website is thepsychic.online, where you can book in or prepay for a reading that is with the cards or the charms or whatever. There's various ways that you can do that from that site on the readings tab. And I am going to be sitting on the sideline, having the Sea of Stars sitting on the sideline to be able to take readings via that avenue today as well. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me. And there's always ways to connect, isn't there? Whether it is the physical, in real life, face-to-face, whether there is the telephones still. We do still have our device. Well, most of us do still have a device that we can use as a telephone. Not quite like the old-fashioned, the little handle one that we used to have with the dials, etc., but it's still a phone. Speak to each other, ring your friends, your family. And via this method, with the technology that we have, there's so many different ways that we can connect, isn't there? I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. Keep being the best you that you can be. And I'll see you tomorrow around the same time. Namaste.